Now we're cooking. It's a coach. You're set for Madden football on EA Sports. Coming up, running back Dalvin Cook. He's back and coming off a big game a weekend ago, as it'll be the Washington Redskins taking on the Minnesota Vikings. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now Rosen on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier.
Pressure from behind, and he's going to be thrown down.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on fourth down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded just inside the 30. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Push him back. Push him back.
First carry for Darius Geis. Oh, he bowls over him. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally down at the 32-yard line. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On the ground, it's Geis. And he'll go down at the 28. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Haskins to throw it. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 15-yard line. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
Haskins will throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Haskins back to the air. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. Haskins not the most mobile of quarterbacks, but delivering there on the scramble to pick up the first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here's Haskins out of the gun. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in.
And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Jarvis Landry hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Cook following the penalty. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
I'm here all day.
Third and long here for Rosen. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
A look at the numbers for Geis a week ago. 10 carries, 132 yards, and a touchdown. On 2nd and 9, Haskins.
And when you lead the league in rushing for this stretch of time, now you take on the identity. You now lead the team, and everything runs through you in terms of offense.
Let's go deep.
Haskins on 3rd down. And he finds McLaurin. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert?
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Well, they have to be loving this start to the first quarter.
Well, the way that they're going, I mean, you're talking about 2 touchdown drives already. They feel very confident and feel like they have all the answers in this game. They're 1 point away from going up 14-0. Maybe they press the advantage and go for 2.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Oh, a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And now it's third down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Rosen will throw. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Taken in at the 11. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They start on the ground with Geitz. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Second down, Haskins. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he...
The pressure gets to him again. Danielle Hunter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The Vikings on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's Rosen. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. First target, first catch, and a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down now, it's Cook. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins' 21.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right. Just
remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
From the 16, Rosen. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That leads us to a first and goal. It's a pickup of 8. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Cook. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. This will be caught at about the 5. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a third and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? From the shotgun, it's Rosen. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Robert Foster, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter, out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Zerline good with a PAT, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. We'll kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. From the 27, Haskins looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. A big play there on the catch and run, 53 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through. A lot of people call the toss a probing play, to see what they can get against the defense, to see how they adjust and react. Their probing's working pretty well. That was a very nice run.
Here we go. Hatchet. Hatchet. Mike 42. Check.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on fourth. They'll try and throw for it with Haskins. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Jarvis Landry with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now. Now Rosen looking to throw. Got an open man. It's Foster. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Rosen saying, let's go, guys, faster. Clock is running here. Throwing again on second down. Rosen. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Now Rosen. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Looking to throw again on second down. Rosen. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3. But, well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Six yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a third and 2 more.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Third and 2, now Haskins. And that is incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was third and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Vikings will take over here first and 10. Rosen now off the bootleg. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
On second down, Cook. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on third and very long. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. And now it's Rosen looking. They've got his man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give him 35 yards there on the third down conversion. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a first and 10. On play action, Rosen. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Now it's Rosen. Got a man. It's Tanyan complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Now Haskins. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. And even 60 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
They stay on the ground. Geis again. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
4th down, here's Haskins. This will be caught at about the 5. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. So give him the 1st down. 1st and goal after a pickup of 4, and the decision to go for it pays off.
Well, the feel that I get on this is that they felt like 3 was just not going to be enough after getting this deep into their territory.
And Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, but it didn't even look like they hesitated there. They knew they wanted to go for it.
That tells me that during the week, they were thinking about these situations, and they feel like maybe they're just the better team, and they want to go ahead and prove it conclusively.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. On the ground, Geis. He fights his way into the end zone for a Redskin touchdown. Darius Geis hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Rosen. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. in Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Here's Rosen to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Again, it's Rosen. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Open man here is Foster. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll try and throw forward with Rosen. That is caught at the 7. And a loose football. And the Redskins scoop it. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephen Weatherly, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Here's Geis. 9 yards on the gain there, so he got half of it back, and it'll be 3rd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
To throw on 3rd down. Haskins. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Now this one complete to Robert Foster, and he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Rosen on 1st and 10. And this is Cook with a grab. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Call it a 3-yard gain. And just like that, it's 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This time it's 3rd and 3. Oh, and the hard count might have got him. This might be a first down. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Now, that turnover might just about do it here. 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
You're exactly right. They played smart, a couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
And in this situation with the lead, 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
A Redskin first down, the pickup 15 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Ben Gideon in on the stop. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run with Geis. Now Geis stripped. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now it's Haskins. Looking left side, and it's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe. They're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
On first down, this is Geis. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. The tackle there by Brian Poole.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. And they'll indeed take a knee. So a victory here for the Washington Redskins. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They